All right, so I'll hand it over to the group. Go ahead.
All right, well, I'm going to lead us off here. I first of all want to start out by saying thank you for showing up today, and I know it's, weekends are valuable, and so to take time out of your weekend to help us out is appreciated, so thank you very much. Welcome to Head Start Academy. That's the name for our charter school. I want to start off asking kind of a question of you, and that is, how many of you have sat in a class, maybe a high school class or a college course, where the professor or the teacher just rambled on, lectured, and maybe after 5 minutes, you're thinking about what's going on in that upcoming weekend. They might even have some notes on the board, and as you're thinking about the weekend, you're jotting down the notes, but you're really not thinking about it at all. And there's going to be a test on the information that the person's lecturing on about, and you're going to have to study for it. So you get home, you get your notes out, you barely really know what the notes say. However, you got to learn what's going on. So you work through the chicken scratch, figure out enough information, you memorize some of the notes, you take a test, and you might even pass the test, or you might even do really well in the test. How many people have had that experience? Okay? Yeah, and it could be a class, it could be a meeting, whatever. But I've had that experience too, and our philosophy at Head Start is much different. We think we can be more engaging, and we think we can be much better.
So here at Head Start Academy, we want to break away from that traditional school model, and our goal is to seek, based on our title, Head Start here, Entrepreneurs Are Doers, we'd like to educate the future entrepreneur and leader, so our future leaders, business leaders, through a model that teaches servant leadership, independence, lifelong learning skills. We believe that all students benefit from a learning environment that best suits their learning styles and interests, and that's the goal and the purpose of Head Start Academy.
Here at Head Start, we have 4 goals as a school. We want to educate all students for their future successes. So however that's going to be working in business, working through the curriculum that they need, that is required for graduation. We want to encourage involvement and engagement of parents, because if parents are involved, that means the student will stay involved. The more parents are aware of what's happening, the more they can hold their child accountable. So we feel that's very important for our school. We want to collaborate with local businesses to provide job shadows, work experiences, and also help with community services and some of those other aspects of that entrepreneurs or business people are doing to always provide to their community. And also, a lofty one for us, but we are going to provide 100% graduation rate for our students.
So today, our goal is to not just stand here, like Travis said, and tell you about our school and go through the budget line by line and all of that. Our goal here today is to simulate a day in Head Start Academy as closely as we possibly can. So today you'll be going through different activities to show all the things that we as a school hold in kind of the highest esteem. So you'll be doing some academic kinds of things online to learn about some of the aspects of our school, like the finances and our professional development and our staffing needs. You'll be doing some work with some of the community members to either look at job shadows and what that would look like as a part of our school, where you'll actually be making your lunch, which is part of our school as well. The kids help with the food service. So you'll be doing some of that. We also have an aspect of community service, so you'll be working with the food pantry to show the community service aspect. You'll be going through a little presentation about, or a little activity to just start thinking about a business that you could build, because like you said, here entrepreneurs are doers, so the kids in our school are going to actually develop a school or a business and run their business as they go through our 4 years of high school. So as a freshman, they'll kind of start thinking about that, and that's kind of the activity you're going to do, is that what are some ideas that I could possibly do, and then as they go through, they'll add more to their business and be their own entrepreneur. And then you're gonna have some relaxing and fun things. We're very big into wellness, so you'll have a wellness activity, and we also provide at our school time for just recreation and things, so there's some recreation activities set up for you as well throughout the day. So you'll be going through all of those things, and we hope that you then have a better idea of what it would look like to be at our school.
So in order to implement our vision, we created a design team, and I wanted to introduce each of the members to you right now. We have Travis Garrett's right here, in charge of community involvement. That's his area of expertise for our school. This is Dave Desmond. He was in charge of our school's goals, mission, vision, and student achievement. This is Becky Rico. She was in charge of staffing and professional development. We have Sam Myers, and she did curriculum and instruction. And my name is Brooke Bertulia, and I did facilities, finance, and law. So, if everyone would just look down at their name tag, you each have been assigned an advisor for the day, and your advisor is going to meet with you personally. One of you might be a group of two, but you are going to get a better idea of how your day is going to look, and we're going to help you set up your day so that you are successful. And we're going to take a seat at our table, so find our name and find us, and we'll get going.
So what we're gonna do today is we're just gonna kind of set this up. I'm gonna explain this to you, and then we're gonna let you go and facilitate your own learning.
Where this is either,
So
this might be,
you can start with your name and date, and then first thing we're gonna do is set a goal.
we lay this out, right? We expect this to be completed, and why we expect this to be completed. It kind of goes to that 100% graduation rate.
Okay. So a goal, your goal this week. So at our school, what we would do is each week a student would meet with their advisor and set their goal for the week.
Okay.
So you can set a goal for like what today is gonna look like. You know, as a student starting out, you probably just, your goal would be to learn about Head Start Academy.
So, going through, we already set up this link for you. So you'll see that's where it says that it's online. You'll see that finance is online. So you'll click, and then you'll be able to go through.
Okay, and then what we have is we have a personal device for each of you. Okay. And throughout the day, we set up this link, so this online link. So if you want to try logging in and making sure we've kind of set it up ready,
What I'm going to ask you to do is just be mindful of
you
some
should be able just to go right
that we
online.
have available
Click it again.
for job share and community service.
Oops.
Those are the times where
That's not good. Okay, so we already have the link set up. So this is the link. This is all your online learning materials that you'll have to go through. So the things that you need to complete, and we have it set for the week, but we're going to try to condense it into one day. Is you have to complete a wellness activity, recreation time, facilities and job training, a job shadow, finance. You have to learn the school law, build my dream business, do community service, staffing, and then social media posts, and that would be in your free time. So this right here is just a guide to guide you through your day. We kind of set it up in 10-minute increments, but things might only take you a couple minutes. Some things might take you longer than 10. So this is just kind of a guide to help you through your day. So wellness, we have a wellness room set up, and everything is labeled where it's specific. So there's a wellness room set up. In there, there's a short little video that you can do. I think it's yoga today set up, but there's different things for recreate. And then recreation will be to your right. That'll be the recreation room. There's some recreational games set up in there. Job shadowing is going to be in the back corner.
the second door, the furthest room.
Figaro's is available, but this is only at these times that they're offering their session. So you'll have to plan your schedule around those times.
So right now,
And then facilities training is going to be up at the Smartboard, and that'll be at your own time. Finance is online, will be on your iPad. Build My Dream Business, that's gonna be online. Community Service, the food pantry is gonna be located at the back of the room. So, and again, that's only gonna be available at certain times. So as you plan your day, make sure that you take into account the times that is offered. And then staffing is online, and then social media, that'll be on your free time. You can either follow us at Head Start on Twitter, make some posts throughout the day. And, well, we have Facebook and Twitter set up. And then there's the QR, the school law, I guess I missed that one as we went through that. Throughout the room, there's 10 QR codes set up. So in your spare time or whenever you would like, you just have to make sure that you get around to all 10 of the QR codes. Okay, do you have any questions? Start your day? Sure. Yep, you can go ahead and fill that out, kind of plan your day. And then you're off. And if you have any questions, I'll be throughout the building, you just need to find me. And feel free to ask any of the advisors any questions that you might have, especially in their area of expertise. All right, sounds good. All right.
You're on your way again.
Any work done by administrators and teachers during the planning year will be paid out of the design team budget, which comes from our implementation grant fund. So there will be no.
Look at the Facebook one here.
Oh, the Facebook one? I guess. Yeah, I know my wife's shaking her head too. Scroll through there because there's so many heads.
Yeah, check it out.
We project an expense of $20,000 in both years. This will come from our charter fund grant. Curriculum costs will have a one-time large purchase of $65,000 for Edgenuity, followed by a lease renewal fee of $15,000 per year. For fundraising costs, your advised.
Okay, you must take a line going to the job shadow.
Okay.
So what we'll do, Tracy, is throw a glove on you. Because that's part of the food business. Okay. And then we're going to talk, have you make your pizza, and then we'll talk a little bit about owning a business and what it takes, that type of thing. So, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got different options for your pizza. Whatever you want, you can do any of everything or whatever, pepperoni sausage, onion, green pepper, mushroom, and cheese.
All right.
This will be your lunch.
Cindy, is this similar to what you do with Pizza
Yep,
Works?
it's similar what we do. Well, Pizza Works, yeah, it's very similar. When we make the pizza, this is a take and bake. We can make it in two forms. We can do a baked or we can do a take and bake.
Okay.
Basically, you'll sauce it, and then you'll cheese it, and then you'll put on the ingredients.
Okay.
One thing, and I've got a whole, I can send you with a sheet on cost of doing business, but that's something that you guys want us to get into, so,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so they wanted me to talk a little bit about starting a business. When you start a business, basically, like when we started our business, the first thing we did is we did a break even. Is we sat down and we said, okay, we're going to have some fixed costs, which is going to be rent, and we're going to have some variable costs. And, you know, part of the fixed costs, and if you got questions, ask any questions.
Okay.
But part of the fixed cost would be like our rent. Is it feasible? Let's say Pulaski, when, you know, we kind of talked about coming into Pulaski, but I'm like, yeah, there's no place to come into up until that mall got built. Because there's no way I would go past that mall into downtown because we're not a destination business. We're basically, people will see us and they'll come and buy pizza. And so much traffic is missed if, you know, we get so much more traffic, just people coming to the school and people going back. Mm-hmm. So site's pretty critical when you start a business. That's one of the most important. Then you have to, like I said, take into account rent. How big do you build it? What's the square footage? You know, renting Howard's more expensive than renting Pulaski, so you're able to build a bigger store in Pulaski, that type of thing. What do you think rent would run just on 2,500 square feet?
$1,200.
About 2,600.
Oh.
Yeah.
Close.
So it's
Halfway.
it's a lot more than what people think. Rent, and then some other fixed costs you have are electricity and gas. You know, when we started out, I mean, what do you think our electric bill is a month?
$2,600.
1,500.
Okay.
Yeah, but when we started out, well, now we got it down to 11. When we started out, it was 15. But we did a lot of things, like I got a Nest thermostat. You just things you learn over the years, and that $400 or $500 makes a huge difference in the overall profit. Water, water bill. What do you think quarterly?
Oh, geez. Quarterly, $4,000.
No, that's lower. That's about 800.
Oh. Water's really expensive at our house.
So then we get the phone bill, we get the TV. Phone bill is probably about 300. TV, garbage pickup. Advertising is something that, we set a certain amount aside each month to put into advertising to get the word out. And that probably runs about 1,200. So those are fixed costs. So that goes into the break even. Two biggest things that make or break a business, if you're going to fail or you're going to make it, are variable costs, and it's labor and it's food costs. So labor is something that if you're off a few percent, let's say if you just go on schedule like crazy and you get off 3%, you're talking thousands of dollars. And that's where a lot of people will, they'll fail because they can't control the labor. And we're just really conscientious about it. We try and hire good, and the other thing is, as an employer, I'd rather work with one less than one more because the team seems to be efficient. It's efficiencies, but then you gotta work with to still give great customer service because that's important. But labor is hugely critical. That, and then also food costs. We need to hit a certain percent. If I get somebody that continues to make mistakes, and I'll tell them this in the store, you make a mistake, it takes us 6 pizzas to make that up in profit. So that's an exaggeration, but I had one employee a month ago I hired, and she made 2 mistakes and she was almost in tears. I'm like, why are you crying? She goes, well, it's 12 pizzas now. You have to make up your profit. But I just want to stress to them that it's that important. So, the way you control your food is you portion control. You make sure that they're not wasting it, and also theft. I believe, I'm not naive, I know there's stuff that occurs, but I think our kids are pretty good, pretty honest. Our theft might occur in the ice cream area, but probably not as much in the pizza area. But no, so food.
How many employees do you have?
We have about 25.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have a lot of sports kids. A lot of sports kids, band kids, kids that are in different things.
Yep.
We tend to get, we really are flexible because our 3 kids are in that stuff, so I get it. I always tell them we'll work around anything, but what we require is that if you have Saturday and Sunday off, that when I call you in, you come in. So we probably, like Howard staff has probably more, kids that aren't as involved, and they probably have 12 kids, so.
Okay.
Yeah. So we like to work around kids' schedules because we get it. And plus they need a job to put on their resume, and they need, that first chance. So, and then part of it, another thing is royalty fees. Every franchise pays royalty fees, like 4 to 6%. So that's just an ongoing cost. So we can figure all these out in the break even, and then you figure if you can make it, okay? And that determines, your site and everything determines if you're going to go for it.
Okay.
So, and then when you get in, you learn a lot.
What year did you start?
We started, I should know that, but probably about 12 years ago.
Okay.
We started in the Pulaski store. About 15 in Howard.
Okay.
And it's interesting to manage too. I mean, it gets to be a little bit more stressful. So, are we time-wise? Just checking in. How's everyone doing?
Good.
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 And I can leave you,
Learning a lot, yeah.
can leave you with this. If you want to make your pizza, go ahead.
I'm good.
Oh, you're done? Just
I'm
pop?
simple, yeah.
Okay. Did you have any questions?
No, I'm good. You sound a lot like my husband.
Is he in business?
Yeah, well, yeah, he manages the business, so. But labor and all that, so.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's just, those are those two factors, and especially labor. So when I
Yeah.
walk around, the kids are out talking, you know, I'm just like, get going, you know, if I don't need you, it's time for you to go home. And they gotta learn it too. I mean, we try and teach them that, what we try and teach is not for this job, but it's also for their next jobs coming up. You
Yeah.
know, that it's important to always keep working.
Do you find they're pretty reliable? They show up and that?
Oh, always. And honestly, but we don't tolerate, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just a given. It's a culture of the restaurant. And that's what I find too, that restaurants tend to be the, how the manager is. It takes on the personality of the manager. So if, you know, and also the crew. So it's just a given. Our crew now is trained that they're not gonna be late, they're gonna show up. Very rarely, if somebody doesn't show up, I know it's an issue. I know they forgot or something like that. Yeah, we have a really, we're happy with.
Very sound.
So when you started, Cindy, why Figaro's Pizza? Was there a whole bunch that you looked at, or was?
No, we basically, you know, I had a job and I was on my flight home from Minnesota, and I was like, oh, it was one of those days, you know, do I want to do this for the rest of my life? I pulled out a USA Today and there was an ad. So I went home and told my husband, I called him, and the next day I said, I think we're going to take a trip to Oregon. So we did, and we liked it. We liked what we saw.
Okay.
So that's kind of how that went.
Wow. Everybody's got a story, so that's why I'm always
Yeah.
interested that.
And I never, you know, my mom walked in the restaurant the first day and she goes, I can't believe you're in anything that deals with cooking. So, but it's a good restaurant because everything's charted. So like if our kid comes in, you know, they scoop with the green ladle, they scoop a sausage. So everything it's easy to do.
Okay.
And the two blend good. This town is too small probably it might be too small for a Cousins or a Figaro's, but together it brings in the day business, night business. So that's kind of why we did that.
Well, that's interesting. So with the Cousins and Figaro's, are those both the same type of franchise, or those are two different?
Two different.
So then did you have to do some work to be able to merge those?
We did.
So you have double the royalties and double the.
Well, it's just off their side and just off our side.
Okay.
So yeah. But you know, like we just recently did a remodel, so it was work to merge to get.
Oh, close. Oh! Oh, it's gonna leave a hole.
You probably throw one at me.
Jeez. Close.
What's that?
There's gotta be a strategy here.
It's too much on it. Ooh. So now we toss what's in
There's a strategy. All right.
So, have you ever been to the pantry before?
No.
Okay, well, let us explain a little bit about what we do then. All right, this is all food that has come in, and we need to put it on the shelves.
Okay.
Okay, but before we can do that, we have to check the dates to make sure it's not outdated.
Okay.
So anything that is 2017, of course, is good.
Okay.
Anything that's dated 2016, that over there, is okay, but it goes on our free shelf.
And anything that's strange goes on our free shelves, like boiled peanuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything that, it's
Why do you
things,
think that's strange? I'm just kidding.
things that we would never get enough of to fill all the bags, we put on the giveaway shelf, the free
Okay.
shelf, okay?
All right.
So I think we'll just have you start doing that. The shelves are all labeled where you're supposed to put the things. You can see some things like, there's like canned pasta back there, and
think those are
the vegetables back there, and dry pastas here. And so what you need to do is check the dates first, and then put the things on the shelf. They're all listed.
Yeah.
They're all
Oh, on the
identified.
Post-it notes.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
This is a sorting activity.
Yeah, yeah, we have it all labeled at the pantry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's How's the new pantry
Dates are
working out?
usually
Good,
on
we love it.
bottom
Oh,
of
Dave
the
is,
top.
he's
We have
just
another
a
student
great,
helper to-
great landlord. The other day he came in
Okay.
and he had some
little
cheese
collect a few
curds
things
and
and take
blocks
them all
of
at once.
cheese that he
Okay.
brought back from one of his
All right,
stores or
welcome to the
something.
Okay.
pantry. Have
And
you
he
ever
just
been
gives
to
it
our
to us
pantry?
then, and so we just stuck it in the
Okay.
freezer to give out the
So,
next time.
um,
He's just great.
Great partnership there.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Oh, our actual
Yeah.
community pantry. All right.
Oh, we have another worker?
Yes, we do.
Oh, have you ever been at the pantry
Yes.
before? You have, okay. So you know that we need to check the dates on all our articles, and then, oh, here's another one. Have you ever been at the pantry before? I have. All right, perfect. So you know we have to check the dates, and then we're shelving them. Okay, so Tracy's shelving right now. So maybe you wanna divide up the jobs, and one of you checks the dates, and the other one shelves them.
Okay, I can check dates.
Okay?
This is the free shelf.
Okay, we'll put that on the free shelf.
Okay, I need to check it out. Oh, there it is. So if anything is close to the date then, if,
It's still, well, it depends. It's soup, we use that all the time, so it goes on the shelf.
okay.
That's not true. Anything that's 2016 goes
Well,
on
yeah,
the
I know,
shelf.
but I mean, if it's close to
If
the date.
anything that's 2017 will go on the shelf.
She said,
Anything that's 2016 will go on this free table back
Okay.
here.
she said anything that's
That,
close.
goes out to the patrons.
Because we don't have enough room for the patrons to go to the shelves and pick.
And they all get the same thing.
So we need cereal.
So, no, but I just wanted to explain to them, normally for the, the high school kids will normally come in and do it during the school year, and then the Cub Scouts do it in the summer. And so what we do is we have it already in carts for them, so like they always get like cereal, tuna, mac and cheese, fruit, soup, and so we'll have those in grocery carts, and then we'll have the carts lined up, and then they'll just take, and we'll have the bags already set up on the table. And then they'll take a cart and they'll put, like, if they have the cereal in their bag or their basket, then they'll put one box of cereal in every bag on the table. And then the next group might have the soup, and they'll put a can of soup in every bag. So normally, the food would already be counted out for you, so you would just be taking a cart and filling bags, but
But the volunteers, Mary makes up a list of what we want, and then they go collect it.
right, so we'll have.
That's what you're gonna do.
So it's like you're filling the carts right now? Okay, so normally we would need a box of cereal. All right, and then you can just put it in there.
Yeah.
Okay, and then tuna, they always get tuna.
Two or one?
Just one, they get one of everything usually. Can of soup,
Right here.
okay? And a vegetable,
That's up there.
and then the pasta. And I would give them that one because they're gonna get spaghetti sauce this time. So you might wanna get the spaghetti sauce over there then. Okay, so then it would be that these things would all be in carts. They would all be in carts. Okay, so like you're gonna take the first cart and you've got this, so then you would put the box of cereal in the bag. And then the next person would have a cart and say the spaghetti sauce, we usually try to put the heavy stuff at the bottom. So then they would have the spaghetti sauce, and they would be going down the line filling all the bags, right? That's the way it would go. And then, once they have all the bags filled, then we have a set of shelves, and we move all the things, because we don't want our table taken all the space taken up, so then we have shelves, so then they move the bags to the shelf. And then when we
And then we
come,
fill the carts.
and then when we come on the distribution days, then we fill the carts with the bags.
First and third Tuesdays, from 1 to 4 we're open. But the patrons think it's noon to 4.
Yeah,
They start lining up. Because I work at the desk where I register the patrons and take new clients and let them take off the free shelves. If we have a lot of stuff, I'll say you can have 3 items. If we have, a good amount, 2. If we have a little bit, I'll say you can choose 1.
So roughly how many patrons do you serve?
About 50
Okay.
families, 50
Families.
families.
Okay.
A lot of them now are older and disabled.
Okay.
Because the young ones have found jobs. So
That's
that is the
good.
good news.
Yeah.
During
That's very
the recession, we were probably up to about between 80 and 90 families
Yes.
coming every time.
Okay.
That we're down to 50, and it's pretty much the same 50 all the time.
Okay.
And we do register people. We're in that process right now where we have to look at their address to make sure they're in the Pulaski district, and we look at their income. You would be surprised what some of our older people live on. It's not pleasant.
So how do you, like with the income, they just put it down or do they have?
Whose guideline do we go by? It's something, Deb,
Well,
it's like a federal guideline or
it's a
something?
federal guideline, but we are lower than the federal guideline.
Okay.
But for one person, it's about $20,000. For two people, it's $27,000. I can't remember what it is for three, and then we go up to four, and then anything 4 or above, we add $7,000. Say they have 6,
Okay.
so we'd add $14,000. And we look, we want their income taxes for 2016. That's why we're doing it now. Or if they are elderly and they don't file taxes, we look at their Social Security. And
Oh, okay.
normally, that's their only income.
Yeah.
And we look at their Social Security disability. We have some younger people that are on disability, so, yeah.
Is there anything, I'm just thinking, like, if they're not able to get to the food pantry, is there anything that you do?
We have a group of senior citizens,
Yep.
and Pastor Bob, do you know?
Yep.
Okay.
And
he
Larry
And
Pouzin.
Larry Pouzin.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
they deliver once a month to
Okay.
those people.
Nice.
And the other time of the month, I believe they get a card, right?
They get a card from Super Ron's. They pick that up at the Senior Activity Center.
Okay.
And then we have I think about 7 people on there now. They're
Okay.
kind of homebound.
Yep.
Deb kind
Yeah.
of fills their bags. They get like smaller cans and things.
Okay.
So Deb usually does those, so I don't really know what she puts
Yep.
in the bags.
That little container of
Yeah.
canned pasta would be on
Yeah,
our
right.
senior.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we have a shelf in the pantry, when we get food in and it's small things, we just put it there for Deb.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Like that little can of pineapple, that would go there instead
Okay.
of the big can.
Yep.
Smaller, this is the smaller portions we put there for her to put in their bags.
Well, thank you for, one is doing this for the community, but then two is, enriching ourselves too
We
with
asked
all
you guys
this.
to bring this stuff to us. Lisa's going to.
Take a look at what our school,
Are you ready?
I'm ready if you're ready. So what is that made on?
Yeah.
Revit,
Oh,
Did you say Reddit?
Revit.
Revit?
Revit, down there, some of the tech. They did this down in the tech area.
here in Pulaski?
Yeah.
Nice.
Rick Camps and crew.
Would it help if we shut the lights off for
Yeah, and I'll link it too.
What?
Sure, that'd be great. Over here.
Does this say nap room?
Nap.
Yep.
This kind of school.
So is this all made on that program too?
Yep, all of this.
Okay,
Wow.
so the cafe view, is this the lunch?
This is
Is
where,
what you
yeah,
call
where
the
they can eat
lunchroom?
lunch, so they'll be able to make their own food.
Okay. Am I going too fast, Tom?
No, you're great.
Those are bean bags in the nap room.
Ladies' room, men's room?
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of HGTV when they, watch, the things drop into place.
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to be what they. That's it.
So what we tried to do is we wanted a 3D walkthrough, but they kind of slow the program down enough, so you're walking slow down a hallway. Now it does this into a room, and then it walks back out again. So we just had to do a presentation.
Okay. Yep.
Am I supposed to click on something here? This
Where's
is,
it going?
oh, gotcha. Hmm. Funding.
Different aids. See what's on the next one.
How do I get rid of this? Tired of seeing annoying ads. Hit that button. Oh, there you go. I should have slid it. Discrimination.
Pupil discrimination is prohibited.
Interscholastic sports and athletic or extra activities. Ooh, hot topic.
Yeah.
Hmm, 40
So
on kindergarten.
must be state laws they're gonna.
Admission to high school. Doesn't everybody just get to go?
Nice one.
Did I screw that? Oh. Civil rights.
So there's 10 of these QR codes all over, looking at different school law and how it relates to the school.
So we did school. Aw. There we go.
On that last one,
Uh-huh.
can you go back a slide?
Okay.
Oh, how did I hit? Come on. I don't know, it's oh, there. So, it's asking, it wants you to click on the picture of
Oh, of him?
Steve Jobs there, yeah. There you go.
Oh, okay.
That's the survey.
Ah.
Looking for.
Oh. Well, thank goodness education came up. That would've been bad. Dang it.
You got me hooked on that.
Letting off some steam in here.
I was just speaking with John about his lack of social presence online. He missed the announcement about lunch being cooked off site today. We won't. I'm not gonna let you.
They waived that policy.
Oh!
Oh,
Workshops and things taught by the teachers in-house, if kids want to take it that way. If they can fit some of those standards for their, for each of the classes into their business, they can get credit for it that way. But some of those standards aren't easily going to fit into every business, so that's where we offer the online classes with Edgenuity, and then we offer the in-house workshops for the kids to get those other credits.
Okay. So where's their world language gonna come in?
We have a partnership with the, well, you can do it on Ingenuity, but through the Children's School District as well. If they would like to take those classes through the.
They could do it with the public school district. Okay, all right.
Coming together, so now as part of Head Start Academy, we also want that parent involvement piece that we talked about earlier in the day. So now what I would do is I would say, oh, I'm gonna send home a message to your mom, or post things through Seesaw, or one of those new online type of social media things, so the parents can see what's happening throughout the day and keep up with their students' learning too. So that's kind of how we fit the parent piece into it. Parent connection, but if you've completed all of your courses and you didn't have any other questions for me specifically, you're more than welcome to eat your lunch now.
All right.
And we will be, just once everybody gets together, we want to do just a kind of a conclusion. But go ahead and eat while you're waiting for that.
Good. And our pantry simulation.
Thank you for coming today.
So, how did you enjoy your day?
So then what we would do is that we would send an email home to your parents at the end of the day, just to kind of give them an idea of what's happening.
Daily, weekly, well, it's.
You're on video.
We don't have a formal wrap-up, but we do want to thank everybody for taking their time to come in and get an idea of how we would run our charter school, and the importance of everything that we've had you guys do, how important it is to students and their overall success in life. So,
Yeah, I just want to say, I think it was hopefully obvious, kind of our philosophy. I was just talking to John about really creating experiences instead of just, presenting material. That's a piece of it that I think is important, but then also creating an experience that goes along with that, that the students can take home, and not only that, but then feeling like they're part of the community, and developing some of those skills that are really very important as they move out of high school. So I hope our philosophy was clear within your experience of the day.
And not only did you get the experience of what a day in the school would be like, but I'm hoping you also got a really good idea of the nuts and bolts and how we actually plan to implement it through that experience. Hope that came through as well.
Any questions? Did we have any last minute questions, or something that maybe wasn't clear that you're?
No.
all right. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.